All right, Liz. So for this location, when we got introduced, I mentioned earlier, you guys came, what I call batteries included. You guys had bird dogged this site. Walk me through that process. Were you just driving by one day, you're like, holy shit, there's a Sprouts going in there? That's where we're gonna, like, how did you know this is what you wanted?
So we didn't, right? So we I mean, this place looked wonderful, but our main goal was somewhere else. It was in Metuchen, and then we had our eye there, and we really weren't looking beyond the horizons. We were just kind of just like, tunnel vision kind of thing, and we were just solely focused on the real estate there. But you helped us,
This was, I mean, because you guys were like, hey, by the way, we've been talking with this group, Nick and Rick over here in the new Sprouts, and I loved it. And then at that point, it's just make sure we don't fuck this up. We get this deal done. And we were talking, they were great to work with, but let's give everyone a wrap up. So we've got this is your first franchise location, correct?
Yep.
You and Hannah both own this.
Mm-hmm.
You had about 2,800 square feet. Okay. In for this brand new center, so we got a Sprouts over here. They gave it to us, so we got $45 a square foot, right? Rent is a little over $10K a month base, and then triple that. And if you can say $8 a square foot on triple that, the triple that always fucks you. That's always the worst, right? And we were able to get vanilla box delivery, and we were talking about that, like, for everyone listening, like vanilla boxes where they come in, and this was a brand new site, so they could have given us to a cold dark shell, and then you would have had to manage all that construction. But they came in pretty much. We told them where we needed the bathrooms, right? The plumbing was ready to go there, and it turned out. The studio turned out phenomenal. What was the part of the commercial real estate process that was harder than you thought it should be, or harder than you thought it was going to be, or what surprised you? And if you go back and look at it and do it again for the next location, what would you, knowing what you know now, what would you change?
I would just be a little more open-minded, and another thing too that really was confusing, because I really didn't know this area too, so it was I was kind of closed-minded. I was like focused. I guess I would just try not to be focused on one thing and just allow myself to be open-minded to
other neighborhoods, things like that.
In that sense, you know. And I think that would be the main thing, because we had that one goal with one location, and I was just like solely. I was like, no, like shut up, like, like there's more shit. Like, but you help, help, and make us, available to us, because other than that, like, I would have never even thought of coming into this community, and by far it is absolutely rich here. The people here, and people have told me here that the community here in different like locations as well is so much different from Metuchen. So I'm actually very happy that we came here, because I had no idea. So it's like it comes with so many surprises. So allow yourself to just be open to other possibilities.
It's easy to get romantic about what's familiar and what right? And that's I always tell people, because generally if someone comes in like, found the spot, I'm like, whew, this is like your first love, all right? We're probably not, the odds of us landing it are low if it's the first site we're looking at. So don't fall in love, because it might not go the distance, right? But no, this one worked out, and I was asking Hannah, I was saying, is it, you guys pay a premium to be at this location, to be next to a brand like Sprouts. Like, there's brand power to that, to the tenant mix that's here. Is it, because a lot of people are like, hey, is it really worth it to pay the extra money to be in a prominent retail center like this? What are your thoughts?
Oh no, I think it's definitely worth it. And I see other ones locally with like shittier stores, and that we don't want to attract that customer.
Sure.
Like, we're really, if you want to say premium, we have to have premium. Stores.
Every vehicle that's coming in here is either buying expensive groceries or doing expensive retail elsewhere, and to the landlord, it was really attractive, I think, for them to be like, hey, they're going to have constant good foot traffic in here, and that's like people don't realize the people that own these developments, they actually track the vehicles per day that are going in and out of there, right? Like, it's how you attract brands like Sprouts that come to a place like this. So we signed the LOI got signed February 18th, 2025. The lease got signed, April 14th, 2025, So it was about 2 months of that lease negotiation stage.
Ooh, that was stressful.
And I remember like going back and forth with you and Hannah on Slack and just like, have we heard from Nick yet? Have we heard from the landlord? Have we heard from the lawyers? And was that surprising how long and like how slow the communication can be?
I really expected a lot faster, and I was not expecting it to be. I mean, it was just the anticipation was driving me nuts.
Yeah.
you know. But you know, when you want something, like you keep fighting for it, and like I believe when you say, just it doesn't hurt to ask, it doesn't hurt to push.
I always tell people, ask. Worst case, they say is no, right?
Right, exactly. But you know, there were, and listen, like they want at the end of the day, they wanted us, right? Yeah. So it's like if you want us, like gotta come and meet us in the middle somewhere.
100%. So let's get into a little bit on the outfit side. So a lot of the franchisees that are opening up these locations that I've had the pleasure to work with, they all started kind of as clients first. And that was your journey as well, correct?
Right.
Walk me through that from client to now franchisee. What happens to make that journey?
So I'll be honest with you. I was just telling members today, and I tell my members a lot of this story. The first class I ever did at Alpha Fit, I was like, I knew I was going to open, and I went home, I told my husband, I was like, I'm going to open up an Alpha Fit club one day. And he's like, yeah. It was like, your dream.
Yeah.
I know, but I was like, no, I think I
what was it? Like, what hit you? Like, because you group fitness previous?
So I've done a little bit of everything. The one previously, I had done Gabriel's Fitness in Berkeley Heights, where I enjoyed it. We had, it was kind of like a group fitness, but it was much more, a smaller.
What brand was it?
Gabriel's Fitness.
Okay.
Yeah, so Vince is like, it's just more of a small
group training.
Small group training.
Yep.
And then we had what we call like a Fat Blast, which is like a heavy cardio based class, like a few times a week.
Is that Vince Gabriel's spot?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, that's him,
Vince. Okay.
Great guy. Like, they're amazing.
On podcast.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So he's amazing.
Yeah.
So like I went to his, but I really enjoyed it there. And then Tom, which worked there, and he went to Short Hills, and it was like I heard he was going there. I was like, I gotta try this place out. So of course, that's when I realized, I'm like, oh man, Alpha is it. I mean, the price was right, and the community was amazing, and they're very supportive, and I just remember feeling love and the attention, and I just like, I needed that, like that extra motivation, the attention. Sure. And I think what happens is with the attention just gets lost. So a lot of these gyms, like you walk in, you're just $1, and here it's like you're important, and we work to make sure that you feel important.
Yeah, you just held a private party for some members. Yeah. So you have before, like it's like not an official thing. You go, why? Why'd you do that?
Well, and that's another thing that we just give it out. We don't even charge them, because like we want them to feel like, if you love something, share it. Bring your family and your friends here. Have them feel what you feel. I mean, if it's that rich to you, like it'll be that rich to them. Like because I wish I was introduced to it a lot sooner than I was introduced to it. So if someone had said, hey, come to Alpha, 2 years before Short Hills opened, I'm like, I would have been there. If I knew it would be this amazing. So it's like, I love the word of mouth, and that to me is like the most valuable and what matters most. It's like the word of mouth. So someone else experienced something that you truly like love and appreciate, like them telling you, hey, this place is amazing. I mean, I trust someone more of that than seeing a public ad or. It's
when I hear you say like hey, we got down, we threw a private party for the member, and people expect, if you walk into the studio of any group fitness, they expect good coaching. They expect good programming. They expect a clean gym. They expect nice people. Like that's the baseline.
Yeah.
Good hospitality in this industry, my opinion, is going above what's expected. Like you don't call American Airlines and say, you know what, the plane didn't crash. You guys did a great fucking job. You're like, no, that's what I fucking expect. Like if the Marriott, you don't get ecstatic because there's no bed bugs. That's what you expect. So it's like just doing good coaching, good programming, good community. That's expected. So you have to go above and beyond. And then that creates, in my opinion, like when people talk about the brand outside of its utility, meaning, hey, honey, I'm going to the gym. Or, hey, I'm on my way home from the gym. What do you want me to pick up from the grocery store? Like when it's like, hey, where were you today? I actually had a private party at the gym and blah, blah. Like that's outside the utility of the membership. And that's, in my opinion, truly when the brand becomes hyper locally viral and people can tell those stories via it. So, all right, you go and we tell your husband, I'm going to open. So when was that? When was class 1?
It was 2022.
Okay, 22. And then when did you start really flirting with the idea of franchising?
A year into it. Okay. I was scared. I mean, as anyone. I mean, like the whole idea of opening a business is like scary. I was like, I can't do that shit. Like, it seemed very nice. I don't know. It just didn't seem like it was for me.
What did you do prior?
I worked in construction. I'm an engineer.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was completely different. But I was into fitness. I enjoyed it.
Yep.
I was doing bodybuilding before I got into my car accident. So I was injured. So I was always limited to what I can do. But honestly, that's another reason why I love Alpha so much. Because the moment I walked in, I had coaches help me work around my injury and build muscle to support my injury. And that's what these coaches are trained for, and they're amazing at it. I mean, we have people walking in with so many injuries, and they walk in and they are able to still continue to do the workout modified and really get that workout in. I mean, we get feedback all the time, and that to me is like such a rich feedback because it means so much. Because I got to feel that. So seeing other members be happy and fulfilled with, despite the injury, would be able to work out and still move is huge, because they wouldn't be able to do this at life.
Yeah.
By themselves. They need that motivation, and they need that right coach to tell them, like, hey, like, do it this way, so that you can prevent more injury and be able to say, I mean, we've had success in stories. So far.
And because, if you're bodybuilding, you have to be a self-driven, like, lone wolf, right? You go into the gym, you're following your program, you're doing your, 5x10, you're doing... So you already had, like, motivation. Mm-hmm. What is it different? And it's always, for everyone in group fitness, for some people, it's like they need the competitive, like, I always tell people, like, and even the open gym models, right? There's competition happens. You just watch any two people on treadmills next to each other. Mm-hmm. There's someone whose eyes, like, how fast is that bitch? And right, like, that was you. Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. I see you, bitch. And like, it's so people are just naturally competitive. Always give more of ourselves in the presence of others. What is it you feel about it? What was it for you? Like, because again, you were already motivated. You were doing bodybuilding. You were in a small, semi-private training model before that, which was generally some really good attention because of the smaller groups. What was this for you? Was it just seeing your friends every day when you came? Was the competitiveness of the class? What was it for you?
So it was the accountability pack. Like the people that you meet on that first day. Honestly, you become friends. I mean, I kid you not. That week, I had the people that I was training with, like, hey, you come back tomorrow? Oh, what's up? So it was just, this is what you get. Here you meet those kind of people that are just, like, looking for you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you weren't here yesterday. I'm like, wow, you were looking for me?
Yeah.
So, not just, like, your friends that you meet there, it's the front desk. Like, they get to know you by your first name. It's the coaches that get to know you. They call you by your first name. Like, everyone here, when you get that kind of attention, it feels like you belong there.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And it makes all of a difference in your training, and like I said, like I'm on station 5, for example, on the skill modes, and I'm working with 3 other people, and like, I want to take it easy today, but you're with that one person that really, like, puts their all in. I'm like, I can't look this small. So it's like, but you know what it is? Like, and then you push yourself and you feel so amazing afterwards. Like, what was I thinking? Our mind really, you can
do some wild shit when you put your mind to it.
Seriously, and you feel really good about it. I'm like, we put ourselves down so much, but then, like, I could have done it. I said I couldn't, and I didn't, and I feel better that I did. And like, why do I do this to myself? And being here and having that kind of motivation and those kind of friends that push you, and it make you feel proud. Those high fives, believe it or not, some people think it's cheesy. I'm like, you need that shit. I'm sorry, like, it makes you feel really good, because people see how hard you work as well.
My favorite thing to do is, I always notice when the people I know when they get a haircut. Mm-hmm. Women, men, I notice it instantly, and I'll call it out. Or if I'm ever, like, when I would have the gym, I'd be at the front desk. My big thing was never be behind it constantly. I want to be out. Someone had new shoes. Because, again, you know this. Like, you're in here, you see your people. You know if they get a new car, right? You know what car they drive. You know what they rock, their kicks. Mm-hmm. And, like, dude, shoes are fucking awesome. Like, really, thank you, man. Like, just that little bit is so fucking, like, that always just made my day, to just one little compliment on something that they got new shoes. Not a big deal. Like, to go through the whole rest of their day, no one says anything, and then because you see them so often. Did you get a haircut? New shoes? Like, that was always my favorite. Like, being able to identify, and also I could tell when someone could come in and, like, there's something going on with him or her. Yeah. Like, their demeanor is a lot. Yeah. I'm gonna say something to them after class. Hey, is everything going okay? It's crazy. I always tell people a lot. Like, you're coaching the people here, like, a lot of times you will see them more than you might see your spouse if you guys have very hectic work schedules or there's travel or things like that. And it is. And a lot of people, you have no idea why they're really here. Right. Fitness and community and all that, that's the superficial shit. Mm-hmm. You don't know that deeper end stuff. And so because obviously bodybuilding have you always been in the fitness?
Yeah.
So like sports and all that growing up?
Oh yeah. I played softball like practically all my life since I was like 7 to like.
What position?
Past center field and left field.
Okay.
I was also called Speedy.
Okay.
Like,
nice.
And they used to call me Soros. Soros is my maiden name. So like Soros, like so like here comes Speedy Soros. That's like I was a fast runner. Yeah. So and I did cross country. Okay. I was the captain of my cross country team. So nice. I love sports and I was always active, and this is why I got those big legs, because like I couldn't sit still. I mean, here now it's like I told my members, I'm like, catch me not doing no less than 5 classes a week, because I am just a maniac. I need to move. And honestly, I tell all my members, if I don't move a certain amount of days a week, I'm actually in crucial back pain because of my injuries. So if I move, I'm okay. But if I stop working out, I start like suffering from a lot of pain. So I just gotta keep going. Okay. You know, so I'm like, you know, I'm like almost 700 classes deep. Because, no shit. Yeah, I know. I love it.
So walk me through. So you start flirting with the idea. What is the franchise, for anyone listening, maybe they're thinking of franchising, whether it's with Alpha or someone else, what was that franchise process like?
It was exciting and it was nerve-wracking because I had no idea what to expect. Sure. You know, and but you kind of just wanted to go fast. You know, you think, oh, just give it to me already. But like, no, there's steps. Like, take it easy. Like, we gotta do this first. Yeah, you're a hard charger. You go through walls. Yeah, you put your head down and just go. I just that's just always been my mindset. You know, like when I want something, I just go. But I like, no, you got. Take it easy, go small steps. I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah, I remember when Sam and I were talking when after I think our first call, we were starting the process. He goes, just so you know, these two, they're beauties, but they're fucking hard chargers, dude. Like they go a million miles an hour. Yeah. He's like, so just like hold on for the ride. I'm like, all right. I'm crazy. That's good. That's a middle name. But you need that. Like, you don't want to. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this kind of a retail in-person business doesn't work well with kind of a lackadaisical, no sense of urgency kind of thing, you know? Like, a lead comes in, call a lead now, right? Don't wait 20 minutes later. Like, no, we're going to call them now, right? You notice something, a client, you know, maybe ask, see how they're doing, that kind of thing. All right, so explain to me the franchising process. So who'd you reach out to? Just say something to Sam one day? Did you say something to the owner of that other studio or what? So ironically, what I did is I got feedback from the owners themselves and got, you know, their take on like what their experience was, and they gave me their feedback, and I was like, okay. And then I went to another one. Then I was like, you know what? I think I'm ready to reach out. So you talked to some other franchises. Yeah. To get their take to see what their expenditures are, and you know, obviously it has changed so much. Sure. Yeah. You know, like as the years go, like you know, construction's fucking wildly expensive. Yeah. Woo. Yes. Yeah. And so like then they said just contact Rob, so they gave me Rob's contact, and I contacted Rob, and then we got a phone call with Sam, and you know, they went through the steps, and here we are. I mean, they've been wonderful. I mean, from the very beginning, and like I was just telling someone, one of our members, husband and wife, they're moving to Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah. And they were just upset and like. You should see their faces. I was like, and I looked at her. I'm like, why don't you open one? Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I was like, if you really love this so much, you're like me. I loved it. I had to open one. Yeah. And then guess what? They had their first meeting this past Friday with Sam. Oh, no shit. Here we are. Very cool. So like, I may end up like helping them. Like, oh yeah. So. Well, good. I hope to get on a call with them soon. Maybe we got to go find something in Jacksonville. I'll come with you. Yeah, absolutely. We'll go on a little site search trip. Yes. So with the franchising, like how did that, a lot of people, I'll get on calls and I've had groups that, clients that are like, they were looking at maybe a few different franchise options. And one of the things that you have to bring into that, and were you a mom then? Yeah. Yeah, so your kid's 9, my daughter's 9. So yeah, same age. So how did you think about that with, you know, husband and a kid and all that, and now opening a business that is, again, it is hands-on, it, you know, working fitness is not 9 to 5, it's 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Right? No, how was that process? You know, it was tough. I mean, I suffered a lot because I feel like I couldn't be there at the very beginning. It was really crucial. But luckily, my husband has gone above and beyond to be able to sustain things and make sure that my son's okay because he was missing me so much. Yeah. But it was tough. And now it's definitely gotten a lot better because now that we have the right staff, it makes a whole difference. And now that they've gone through the right training and, you know, you can trust them. But at the beginning, oh my gosh, I was living here. And then if I wasn't here, I'd be very anxious because I would have a ton of things to do. And like, it was driving me nuts. It's definitely gotten better. I mean, there's still some things that are, you know, lots to do, but it'll work itself in. But it was very, very it's very taxing, I would say.
The thing for me when I owned my gym for a decade, and sales was never the problem, retention was never the issue. It was always HR. HR was always, in my opinion, going to be the thing, because it's the one hat you'll never take off. And I always like the phrase I would use is, you got to always be recruiting, even if you're not hiring.
Yeah.
Because you could get a text while we're on this podcast from your head instructor, like, oh, my husband just got relocated to Seattle. We're moving in 2 weeks. And you're like, fuck me. That's for my best instructor. Now I got a next one up. And it's not easy when you find someone who's like, they've got it all. They've got the personality. They get it. They want it. They have the capacity to do it. Have you talk to me about the HR side, recruiting, hiring, training for the first location here?
It's tough. So I feel, luckily, we've been very lucky, because the people that have come, that have found us in this neighborhood, they've been excited because they've heard about AlphaFit. So a lot of our staff, our members that actually pay a membership, yeah, because they love it so much. So we're lucky to have that kind of staff, because they're able to, relate their experiences, and in our members see them working out too, so they know that this is all love here, not just a job, And
right now, because with you and Hannah, how do you guys? Because Hannah's how did you and Hannah get together to partner on this?
It was so cute. It was we were both working at Short Hills.
Okay.
The location Short Hills, and it was funny because I went to two downfalls. I've had two partners let me down. That's why it took a little longer than expected, because they backed out last minute, and I'm like, it was a whirlwind. And I remember coming into the studio one day, and she saw me down. We were friends, and she saw me down. She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm just like, I feel defeated, because I really want this so much. She's like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Well, I'll open up AlphaFit, but I just keep getting let down because people get nervous." Yeah. And I'm the only one that wants this. I can't afford it on my own. It was just too much. She goes, "Wait, you're looking for one?" She was like, "I was looking for one." I was like,
oh,
I was like, wait.
Yeah, let's talk.
And then she was like, I was like, let's go. So it was kind of just like an amicable thing. We were friends, and we're just like, let's do this. And here we are today.
And that is, it sounds beautiful, but we both know, partnerships they're incredible. They're work, like any relationship is, right? Mm-hmm. What would you say is Hannah's, what is the thing that Hannah brings to the equation that is definitely not your strong suit?
Well, listen, I talk a lot.
That's why she's got you doing the pod. Hannah's like, I'm going to let her do it. Yeah.
But she's great on the phone.
Okay.
She's really good. She's an amazing person to talk to, but she has a patience of talking to people. But I'm just like...
Yeah.
I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
I love people. In person, I won't shut up. I'll have a conversation with people. I really gotta go.
Yeah.
I still keep going. So in person, I'm different. But on the phone, I hate...
You're like, get to the point. I want to get off this.
Because I'm always doing something. Yeah. And I just feel anxious. I'm like, I was like, okay. And then I'm a people person in person. But on the phone, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is one thing. I know. That's my one trait. I wish I could change, but... Yeah. She's really good at it.
She's good at it.
She's got the other day I saw her on the phone, I'm like, you're so good. I'm like, you're hired. Yeah. I'm like, just stay there, you're good.
But that's great. You need, you're not going to bring everything to the table in one, and having a partner. There's a lot of people that are scared to do, we'll get calls and like, should I get a partner on something? I'm like, absolutely. And it's like a partner has one of three things that you don't have. It's either they have cash that you need, right? That's a great reason to have a partner. They have skills that you don't have, or they have some kind of strategic partnership, something they can make something happen that otherwise you would not be able to do yourself. And I'm generally a big fan of the partnership, as long as you guys can stay your lanes and have your roles, and you play nicely in the sand and realize hey, we're gonna butt heads on stuff, but it's have you guys talked about will there be a second location for you?
It's tough because the New Jersey's pretty
it's not yeah.
That's the only tough. But
there's 20 of them now.
Yeah. Well, there's more coming.
Yeah, 20 that are, I think, are open right now. Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot more coming. Yeah. But if we have something more close, just because we both have a lot going on at home, and we don't want to be too far, and I mean, you see how involved we are here. We're heavily involved, but we love it. It's just we've given up our careers to make this our career, Yeah. And we're fully into it. So it's to have a different studio right now, maybe after we get cozy here, it would be an option, but we have so much love here. It's tough to split. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would feel guilty not giving this kind of dedication to a different location.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like I just want to devote my full love here. But maybe one day, like, you never know. I mean, things can change.
I think what you'll find, the natural evolution generally for most single unit owners, whether it's a franchise or corporately, you end up finding a rock star. That person becomes like your GM. Mm-hmm. And they're what I call like full time, they're full focus. Like this is their career.
Yeah.
The problem is when you're a GM, there is a ceiling. Like you're not going to and eventually that person, maybe they're young and you get them when they're in their 20s. So they have an apartment and a dog and that's it. Mm-hmm. But then they get a boyfriend or get engaged and then they want a kid. And then their needs for compensation, all that go up. And it's like most of the owners I work with that go in location 2, and we really get down to the brass tacks, like why? It's not only just the business opportunity. Like I wanted to create an opportunity. And so open that one, and I'm letting my GM of 6 years, letting them put some cash into it and giving them some partial ownership. So like I get a lot of experience, a lot of people calling in and saying, hey, I want to open another one. And when I always ask why, I was really most curious as to why you want to open another one. Because I don't always think it's the best move sometimes. Sometimes someone's like, I got a great profitable location. I'm like, well, why? What problem are we solving by opening a second one? Mm-hmm. If it's like you just want more money, that's awesome, that's fine. But most of them, like, I want to create more opportunities vertically for really good key staff members. Because that's and right now you guys, less than a year open, right? Mm-hmm. And so we're sitting here, and how do we have anyone at the full-time level, or is that pretty much you and Hannah are both the 2 full-timers?
Yeah, both, right now.
But at some point, though,
at some point, it could change. I mean, honestly, if we once we find the right person, that's always tricky too. It's like you have to really trust someone with your
you have to and also I tell people stay in the business for a while. Like get your hand, obviously you guys get your hands dirty, but it's like you want to be good enough and know what the trenches are like before you hand it off to someone. And
that's why we both chose to do it this way first.
Yeah.
Because
it would be dangerous on your own. Yeah. Because it's also good, for that staff member to know they don't have you by the balls. Because there are I have operators and clients I work with that they hire the GM on day one.
Oh, okay.
So if that GM, they've never fucking had to do this. Mm-hmm. If I'm not here, and there's a little bit of a power shift there. And then that owner is like, fuck, if they're not there, I wouldn't even know. I don't know half this stuff. When the nice thing about you guys is anyone who comes up, and they're never going to be afraid, because at the end of the day, you're like, I could jump back in this fucking seat anytime and run laps around you. Right. And you're obviously not afraid to do that. Mm-hmm. And that is a good little bit of a power shift that I think ownership should have. Mm-hmm. It keeps everybody in check and makes sure that they don't feel that you need them more than they need you.
Yes, that is... Yeah. Key. Yeah, absolutely.
So we construction-wise, again, the landlord did the vanilla boxing, but then you guys still have to come in and you guys have your own tenant-specific construction. Mm-hmm. You have equipment. Run me through. The one thing I remember, the first time I ever saw an outfit, I was like, Sam, what in the fuck are we doing? These Technogym Kinesis? Brother, how expensive are these goddamn things? And they're so big. They're great, though. They're fucking dope pieces of equipment. What is the equipment package for you guys? Do you remember what is the equipment package for you guys for here? This is the 24-person model.
Is it who we work with, you mean?
No, how much do you guys spend on equipment for the studio?
I think just the big pieces, 140.
Okay. 140, okay.
Yeah. And then everything else came separately. So another 35.
Okay. So roughly. Over 150, for flooring and all that. And then what did construction cost you guys?
Ooh, that was the heavy one. That was close to 5 and change. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So people.
That's where baffled me, because this was like a vanilla box, so you'll think it'd be a lot less money.
Yeah. So
when we first started, I was excited. I was like, oh, we're gonna save a lot of money, because
you were in a background in construction too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I was very naive. Yeah. And the costing us more than I thought.
So nobody I say this to new clients, and then okay, yeah. I'm like, no. I need you to truly fucking understand what I'm saying right now. So this is 2,800 square feet, and let's say you guys did $500,000 in your own construction costs. Okay. So divide that by 2,800 kids. We're talking, it's $178 a square foot when it's all said and done. And it's like, you're like, oh, why? You understand, there's no, this was a shell. There was no HVAC, right? Now, granted, and the landlord brought all theirs in. Yeah. They brought all theirs in, but there's still your specific, the landlord's not specifically doing the millwork here and doing all this stuff. They're just giving you the vanilla box. Mm-hmm. But all this other stuff, to put in the ADA, to do all that, it can be wildly expensive.
Oh, yeah.
It's nuts.
And then the sound.
Yeah.
That was
the sound mitigation.
Yeah. That was.
Now we got lucky because I remember one of the big things was this wall was shared with Sprouts, but it's up against like where they make the sand with the refrigerators and all that stuff, which is nice. So really, that wall over there is the one where potentially could make some noise and piss off the neighboring tenant. And have you?
But it is. I've heard it. So it's like on Saturdays, which is tonight. We have our one coach that likes it louder than normal.
Yeah.
I went back there. I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
But luckily, you can hear it more on the storage end, like the back end. Like here is. On this area, it's not too bad, but they've had to move the candles and stuff like that away from the wall because of the shaking. But they're nice about it.
Yeah.
You know, like, we'll just more things. They'll be fine. You know, they're not complaining.
Sure.
But you know what? I that's one thing I stressed about to the landlord. I'm like, hey, make sure you put it on their lease. Like, this is what you're working with. You know, if you don't like it, then it comes with a package.
That's why I tell people, whenever we have this brand new center, it's best for us to get in first, because now the expectation is that, well, you know what's next there, right? Now, everyone still has the right of quiet enjoyment, and you can't, violate them. They can't violate you, but it makes it much easier. Because then certain groups are like, oh, yeah, we just don't want to be next. Like, if that was a fucking, like a massage, like, serene spa kind of thing, they might not want to be right here. They'd pick a different unit down the other side. So parking for Outfit is one of my it's on the real estate side is one of the hardest parts, right? Because you guys will have a 24-person class, and then there's going to be a 10-minute period, 50 of overlap, right? So now we need 48 fucking parking spaces available technically, and it is hard to do these locations in anything but retail plazas like this. Like when I go to Westfield, right? The Westfield locations, I love it. And they got the parking lot through there. But even that gets packed. Yeah. And you got the residential units above there. Have you guys run into any parking issues? Like,
no. None at all.
Yeah.
Which is lovely. Before we were worried about it because we were telling our employees to park in the far back. But
it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. They did enough.
It works out. And the good thing is, like, a bulk of our classes are in the morning. So not a lot's going on here in the morning. A lot of it happens in the afternoon, which is good. Like, Hallmark only opens at 10 a.m. So by that time, we're, like, at the end of our last class. Yeah. So it works out that way,
Were you surprised? Talk to me about your pre-sale.
Oh, yeah.
How did pre-sale go?
So it was so great. I was surprised. Yeah, I was not expecting.
How many did you guys end up getting in pre-sale?
I think 400.
And what was the offer?
7 maybe.
Okay, and what do you guys wanted? What was your pre-sale offer that you ran with?
It was what was it? $36.
It's like 30. Yeah, it's a low barrier. It's a low front end offer.
Yes.
It's a small amount of money to get in. They get established. You get essentially they're paying for pretty much like the ad costs. That's pretty much that's what it's covering, right? Mm-hmm. And so now you get their name, email, phone number. They put some cash in. Now there's a lot of people that will do that and still never show up once and actually activate. Mm-hmm. Did you guys have people like right before it opened? Hey, I'm not going through with it. Just like don't charge me once the studio opens, or did you guys get everybody to get in here and try it out?
No, we didn't automatically charge them for if they didn't show up, they didn't show up.
Okay.
They, we obviously contacted them and see, follow up and everything. But we had a lot coming in. But then we also had a lot that didn't utilize the pre-sale. I came after the pre-sale. I'm like, oh, shoot, I missed it. I'm like, it was for a month.
What do you guys charge here? So normal membership after pre-sale, what's the membership here?
So it's $179 unlimited here. I know other studios, it depends. You can start higher. Yeah. But we're at $179 unlimited and $199 for the VIP.
Got it.
But we could be changing that.
Yeah. One thing I always suggested, I was given this, it was one of the best pieces of advice I got way back in the day. Like, how much does your lease go up every year? I'm like, 3%. They're like, why don't your memberships just go up naturally by 3% every year? And I was like, am I allowed to do that? And talk to some people, lawyers are like, 100%. So we just would put in contracts at the 1 year anniversary, your price, because that way it was nice, is I never had to do a price raise. It's like once you came in, every year you just, take 3% of $179. It's like nobody notices that. Like, it's like it's not in, it's like you don't have to send that email. Hey guys, we're raising prices and blah, blah. And that is the first time you send the price raise email, that is a very stressful moment for most studio and gym owners. But yeah, we just tacked in and said, hey, every year it just goes up by 3%, and never had, set it and forget it. Never had to worry about it again. And that was always really helpful, because cost of everything goes up.
Yeah. I know we already have members already stressing out because those who did get pre-sale and decided to stay with us, they got the founders rate, which is $150 a month as opposed to paying the $179.
Yeah.
And
does that expire after a year? Yeah, they convert to regular membership.
So some of them were like, is that gonna go away? I can't be like grandfather in. I was like,
no. But here's the thing, it's like we're talking $29 extra dollars. It's $1 a day.
That's like 6 cups of coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, trust me, if you're coming here and all this, you can spend it. It's fine. And again, if someone's truly like, it's just I can't spend the money, that's perfectly fine. We're happy we're a part of your fitness journey.
Right.
Wish you the best. That was one thing I always told people. I said, be emotional about the member, not the membership.
Yeah.
So like, if you really like that person, but once they cancel, you're like, fuck them. Don't do that. Because at a certain point, like it'll be around like year 3. Yeah. You'll have 3 times as many former members as you do current. And so everyone always asks, like, referrals are a big source. They are. But if you do it right, it is the people who have canceled that are then you're coming back. They're the biggest source of referrals.
Oh, yeah.
I would have people that lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I live and my gym was, and they'd move, California, whatever, and be like, but my buddy just moved to Charlotte. He told me he had to go check out your gym. Like, my referrals from those people after they left, and we would always do like relocation concierge kind of thing. So if you were moving to Seattle, like, hey, my gym's name is Urban Movement. Like, Urban Movement's not there. But tell me what you're kind of looking for. You're looking for somewhere? Here's a list of a bunch of different gyms in that area. Check them out. And it took us maybe 20 minutes to take the time to find them and this, that, and here's some cool coffee shops where you're going to be and, whatever. And you got to love them more on the way out. Because that, again, go back to our conversation about like going above expectations. They're like, God damn. And even if they cancel because they're like, it's too expensive and I'm going to fucking Orange Theory. Just love them on the way out.
Oh, always.
100%.
And then that's what we do here. We are at that love, like, in and out. Like, and we have that here, which makes it, people, we've had very members leave because of certain situations and like, I'm coming back, and they came back. Yeah. It's just like they've gone through hardships, but they know the true value of what this membership is. And and the dollar is nothing to them. But if they're going through something, they always find a way back. Yeah.
I tell people, like, fitness for us, it's a career. We're in the industry, right? But for the average person, it's a hobby. It's something you do for fun. It's good. It's mental health, physical health, all those things. But at the end of the day, someone could do Alpha Fit Club for 3 years and love it. And then they decide they're going to train for a marathon. And they're like, hey, I'm just dedicating myself to that because fitness and what you're into is seasonal. Like bodybuilding to this, to that. Like, so when they leave, I always have to tell them, like, just don't get, I know you're emotional about the business. You should be. It's your fucking business. But don't get like butthurt and badly emotional when people leave. Like if it breaks your heart every time you get a cancellation, you're in for a very rough time as an owner because there's going to be a lot of those. Everyone will cancel in a long enough timeline. What has been the most surprising thing to you as far as it was easier than I thought it would be owning the studio? What was something that was easier than you thought it would be?
I guess the support.
Okay. Like from HQ or from team, from who? Like support from who?
From everywhere around this community. Alpha Fit is such a rich community. Yeah. All around in different studios. Like, HQ is amazing. Yeah. But then you also have like these owners from, Bayonne, for example. When we opened, like they were like there for us. Like, here, take this.
The franchise owner over there. Yeah.
So it's like everyone just gets along so well. Yeah. And it's like we are truly one pack. Yeah. And this support system is by far, has made it so much more easier.
Whether Sam did it purposely, which I think he did, highly developing a single region like Jersey and doing it. Because I get guys that are like, I did one in Cleveland, now I'm going to do one in Chicago, and they want to go hit all these big cities. I'm like, I fucking own the state territory you're in, or at least a region of that state. Don't expand too quickly. I think that was one of the smartest things that he's done. And I think it makes going into new markets a complete learning curve, right? But yeah, the community that you got, everybody in this state, it's in the fitness industry, knows this brand. Yeah. Like, and there's brand power there. There's like a reputational power that comes with that. And you guys do the outfit games, and I know those are just like huge fucking events you guys put on.
It's so fun. I know. They're rich. They're very all around. Even our members, we had our first Alpha Games here, and the turnaround was more than we ever expected. We had such a huge turnaround. I was worried because we just opened and nobody was like, and I thought they would be really scared, but no, they were ambitious and they were really excited, and they were looking forward to the big main event. And it's just nice, like how everyone just wants to get together. And
so obviously Sam personally, he was always like, the High Rocks thing's always been something like on his personal side. This program plays very well with that event. How's High Rocks been working for you as a studio? And you're like, is that something that a lot of members are talking about? I mean, in the fitness industry at large, we zoom out, it is the trendiest thing that's happening since CrossFit.
Yeah, they're scared. They're like, I want to do it, but I'm freaking scared. And they're even saying like, I signed up, but I don't know what to do. Like, are you gonna offer like classes that are aiding to? I'm like, listen, you come here every day.
Yeah, you're gonna be good to go.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
I was too when I did my first High Rocks. I told them like, listen, all I did was here. I didn't even run outside. I should have done a little more running because it's 60% running. But honestly, I tell them all the time, like, you come here,
you're good to go.
You're good to go. Our conditioning here is by far like just enough to. Or more. It depends how much you put in, you know? If you challenge yourself, and you do the training the correct way, and you'll excel, you'll surprise yourself.
So is High Rocks, the thing I love about High Rocks for studios and gyms is getting something on the calendar outside the gym. Like, so having the Alpha Games is great. That's an internal thing. It gets them excited. They can look down the road, like, I want to do well at that, so I'm going to keep showing up to the studio, especially like during low retention or low utilization times. Like summer times can be hard for people, right? Like the attendance of the gym goes down maybe, or whatever it may be. Are you finding that events like High Rocks are helping out from even like a retention perspective? Because they're going to pay $200+ to go and fucking sign up for that thing. Mm-hmm. And I think
it helps, but it's not just High Rocks. People are ambitious with like running. Like they want to 5Ks. So many of our members do a lot of local running 5Ks or other, running the marathons and the half marathons. We have a lot of those, you know?
I think that stuff is so underutilized. Getting people to sign up for stuff getting them to do something with the fitness outside of the studio. Because otherwise, if it's like, yes, looking good naked and mental health, all that's great, but like having them put something on a calendar and money on it as well keeps retention in here up. And that's So Red Bull just announced their version of High Rocks, and Adidas has got one now, and like there's gonna be 6 of those fucking events, and it'll be great. And I think it's only gonna help studios like this.
Of course, yeah.
Where are you guys currently at membership wise? How many active members here?
I think we're over 400.
Okay.
I don't know the exact number.
Yeah.
Our goal is 500.
500 by the end of this, by when?
Maybe like this quarter. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
I need this.
Okay.
We need this.
Yeah. I love that.
And plus, Sam also put me on the spot, so I got it.
Okay, fair enough. Sam's calling you out.
Yes.
How do you guys throw for marketing? You guys use an agency to run ads?
So yes, we use JL Marketing that push like a lot of the franchisees owners the same thing. We do that, but I also do a lot of content creation and marketing through Meta, through Instagram.
Okay.
On my own.
What do you guys spend in marketing per month? What would you say for a studio that's got 400 members? You want to grow. You want to net an extra 100 here. Mm-hmm. What are you guys spending per month in marketing?
So the first month we were more ambitious. We did 1,500. Okay. We've dropped down to 1,000, which is really 500 spent on marketing. 500
on the firm.
On the firm.
Yeah.
So but I also do
your own organic stuff. Yeah.
Organically, it's roughly about 200 maybe. Okay. Or 150. A month. Okay. I don't spend too much, but it does an incredible.
That's pretty. You guys. If you guys can be spending 1,000 to 1,500 per month. That's it. That's really good. Yeah. I mean, it's. I got a lot of studios and gyms that are having to crank out 3 to 5K a month in marketing, and it's getting harder and harder, to acquire customers online. It is client acquisition costs are up. It's difficult, but you guys have found something that works. Walk me through the sales process. So let's say somebody responds to an ad. Walk me through that entire sales flow. How do they go from responding to ad to getting them in here and closing?
It goes through the system through our as a lead. Yep. And then they get a message, sign up here for your first class free. We get the alert that we have a new lead. Then we also do our due diligence of reaching out and make sure that they actually do sign up for their first class. And we get them in here and sign up, and that's how it goes. So
when someone comes in for their first class, what does that prep look like? So because I remember when I took my first class, my name was on welcome CEO. You got the little board welcome you. So walk me through how you guys Because that first day is important.
Yeah, very.
It's so fucking important.
That first impression is...
It's great.
Yeah, I mean, we've had people come in and like, wow. I'm like, because it's a lot, but then it's also very... It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to get that kind of attention. So it's like, again, when I first walked in, like, we don't have seats here because we tell our employees, like, our goal is to stand, go talk,
be out and about.
Out and about, make that relationship. That's our main goal. We want them to call them by their first name. Yeah. Like, we want to know who they are, and truthfully, and when we meet them, it's all about them, right? We're not selling. We want to hear their story. We want to, we want to do less talking and have them do the most talking, So, like, we want to just take it in, hear what they have to say, and just be their support system.
Yeah.
And that's our main goal. So as soon as they come in, show them the lockers, let's get comfortable. We want to rush into things. We do tell them to come 15 minutes before class starting because we do have some, like, crazy equipment in the day. Which is skill mill. Like, people are like, what is that?
Exactly. Yeah.
So... But during those 15 minutes, we show them the lockers. We explain them the entire workout, how it's like the 6 stations. So you have to get the station cards. We show them the bathrooms. That we spend all and they love it. They love like all these little things that we have for them. Like the deodorants and like these little things like make such a big. 100%. I'm telling you,
especially women like having hair ties, right? Like having dry shampoo for a girl. Like after those things matter. Having tampons and stuff like this. It's stuff. And when I have see gyms that don't do that, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah.
And people appreciate like the smallest things. And in the cleanliness, like the first thing people come in here because they've gone to Crunch or whatever, and they have machines are broken and it's pretty dirty.
Yeah.
Here they're like, oh my gosh, like this place is pristine. I'm like, we try really hard, and like that's our main goal is to make sure that people walk in and they feel that they're safe here, not just like
say formalized. Yeah, they're not gonna get MRSA.
They're not gonna start like pacing the whatever. But like that's our So they after we introduce them and get hear their story and hear why they're here and their goals, and like we introduce them to the coach, and then the coach shows them a little demo of how to use the equipment, and I guess some of them too that they build that relationship right off the door, and then they do the workout and we do a follow up like how was it like we don't let them leave without getting your feedback and we also check up on them too like during the workout like are you alive? I'm just checking on you.
Absolutely. When you have a prospect, so I thought like the most important sale, the first sale that has to happen is getting them from a lead to a prospect. The prospect means they walked in the door and they're actually trying it. It's the first sale that has to happen. They carved out time in their busy fucking day to come try this out. So once they get in the door, generally most studio owners, the closing percentage is good. Like you can generally close most people. What you end up finding is like getting them in the door becomes more and more difficult. Like that's the hard part because they're busy, they got kids, they got jobs, they got deadlines, they got social shit, they got something, and it's like making that happen. When you guys have someone coming in for the first time, how do you guys do like price presentation? Do you guys discuss pricing prior when they come in so they know what the pricing is ahead of time? Do you wait until after everything and they have just had a good workout and they got all the good chemicals? It's kind of like they're a little high on the good stuff and then you're able to sell them. Like when do you do price presentation?
At the end.
At the end?
I don't think no one asked about the price initially.
Yeah.
They're just excited to try it in the class. But like, one of our main sales is before the dollars is like, when am I gonna see you again? Or the coach are like, when are you gonna come back? Like, we enjoyed you here and we want them to know that, truly it's the truth. Like,
Sure.
It's just like you build this relationship when you're working out with them too. It's like but yeah, that's like, when are we gonna see you again? And like, and that's when they say, well, what's your packages like?
Yeah.
We don't just throw them the numbers. Like we let them ask us, and then we'll say, let's get you when you first join. When you first do your first class for free, we have a special promo that's $99 for your first month unlimited.
Okay.
As opposed to $79. So that's like enticing.
Yeah.
To them because you get the special. This way, you don't have to try to figure out if they should start with the 4 times or
I love the long funnel. So a long funnel play with that where it's like get someone in and then you get them we used to do the same thing. We get them in for a trial class and then their first month they sign up was 25% off for their first month, and then he got them into an initial. We have everyone do an initial 90 days. Mm-hmm. And then after that, just converted the month thereafter. But like a nice, slow, long tail on that, it just makes it easier than an abrupt 179.
Absolutely.
Like how many classes are you coaching right now?
Oh, me? I'm not coaching.
Okay, so you're just managerial, just running. Okay. Mm-hmm. How many classes are we running right now, like in a given week?
So we're running 8 a day, Monday to Thursday.
Okay.
And then Friday we have 5.
32,
Oh no, we're adding another one, so 6.
38, 39, so about 40-ish.
And then 4 on Saturday, 5 on Saturday.
Okay.
And then 3 on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, so...
4 on Sundays.
4 on Sunday. Fuck. 4 classes on a Sunday. I love that.
Wait, right? Oh my gosh.
You're looking at the schedule.
Oh, just kidding. 3 on Sunday.
Let's see. Let's go.
Just kidding.
So this is what I'm always curious on this, because when you guys, and obviously HQ guides you guys in like what they think is, when you first opened, the schedule was leaner than this, right?
Yeah.
What did you guys do when you first opened? What was the schedule?
I think we're on the 15th of the hour. Okay, now we're on the hour.
Okay.
We allow time for
transition buffer. Yeah. So coach can take a piss and answer questions and talk to a prospect and all that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Especially when they're brand new, they're like, what the fuck is going on?
Exactly.
You know, now it's like it's a lot easier. I think it was just maybe 5 a day, 4 or 5.
Okay. Did you guys, so utilization rates, right? So like sold out 100% utilization is 24 people in the class. Do you have any class times that you're like, that fucking class just is not hitting? Like utilization is super low and you maybe go back and forth in your head. Do we cancel it? Do we do anything? Do you have any classes that are like in that, I'm not sure whether that class is working. They're all your wait list center, pretty much everything. And we were talking about this, like you guys, there's 2, like Outfit has a 24 person model and a 36.
Yeah.
And a lot of the franchisees for Outfit that I work with, and this is true of the Metabolics and all the other ones, they always want to go to the bigger model. I think they think like it's a ton of extra revenue. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like when you run it compared to, because again, you need more space, more equipment. It's all expensive. Yeah. The revenue on NBA, I'd rather just have a wait-listed choice. The goal, it's like an airline or a stadium. The goal of this model, to get people fit, that's all going to happen. It's to sell out. It's like if you own a stadium and you're going to have, a fucking concert, you want to sell it out. If you're an airline, you want to sell out the seats. Right. Being sold out is good. It's like good. That's what you eventually want to get to. Like, oh, but wait lists are bad. No, wait lists are good. It also creates a sense of urgency. Yeah. I remember when Soul Cycle, did you ever do Soul Cycle? Okay. Yeah. I mean, Soul Cycle would drop the schedule and that shit would sell out. I mean, people would set same thing with Solid Core. They set the schedule. He would wake up an alarm and they'd go.
I remember too. And we've had a lot of members convert to VIP. Even people who are solid at the Founders at 150 or paying an extra $50 because they're just like, no, I need to guarantee my spot.
And your member management software allows someone with a higher membership tier to get scheduling preference.
They, if you have the VIP, you get a month.
You can schedule a month out.
A month out. As opposed to regular unlimited, they only have 2 weeks.
Oh, peasants. No, you got to fucking upgrade. Absolutely.
It's a no-brainer. If you love it, if you love Alpha.
What do you guys use for member management? MyBody?
Mariana Tech.
Okay, got it. Are you guys using BrandBot as the CF? Fucking hate that.
I hate them right now.
Mariana Tech, we used MyBody for a decade. And then Mariana Tech became a client of mine. We were doing content with them. And so they gave me a sweet deal on the software. So I switched from MyBody, and my GM never let me hear the fucking end of it. She hated BrandBot. And I'm very open. I said that I wouldn't say their fucking face. BrandBot fucking sucks. It's not a good CRM. You guys are doing a good, because I'm not gonna lie, to make BrandBot work and to make the CRM work, you guys, because there's so much shit that you have to do manually. Yeah. You guys are is the CRM your thing or is that Hannah's thing?
That's Hannah's thing.
Hannah's thing. Okay.
I keep this place alive.
You keep once they get inside, in person, in real, face to face, that's you.
That's right.
Digitally, the lead nurturing. Yeah.
I maintain and improve this place and keeping it like this
Is she also more the numbers, running the numbers, or the spread? You guys, okay? Yeah. Both spreadsheet on the back end. Okay.
Yeah, but I have her pay the bills though.
Okay. Yeah. You make sure everything fucking gets paid.
I'll spend the money.
Yeah. I love that. That's a good partnership.
You have to find that balance. I'm the one that's more creative, so I basically design the entire thing, and I do the merch. I do I'm nonstop. I'm all over the place. But I'm the one that helps with the keep the studio alive, and that's on some.
How many trainings do you guys have?
Right now? 5, 6, I don't know. Okay. Very far, yeah. We have a good chunk. We need more. We always need more.
And they're all part-time?
Yeah.
Part-time's nice because, they fill in here and there. You always have backup because you'll lose some of them. They got a full-time job. having a all part-time staff, the hardest time for the owners, I find, is the fucking holidays.
Yeah.
Because everyone's traveling and they're like, again, when it's not their main source of income, you're not getting the priority of their time. Mm-hmm. They have a full-time job that gets priority, their family, their whatever gets priority. You get what's left over. And especially around the holidays, that's minimal. Mm-hmm. And that's generally where a lot of my owners are like, yeah, around the holidays is where I realize I fucking need a full-time person in here. Because the part-time, nobody's able to work or whatever. And if they are, fucking great if you're able to make it work.
Yeah, our lead coach spends more time here.
Yeah.
And Allison, which is one of the owners.
Yeah. So when I advise people, like, listen, open your own thing, or if you franchise, I don't think there's a preference. There's one that's better than the other. I will say, if you want to avoid a lot of the headaches of the process, go with a franchise agent. You actually have to love, you got to love their methodology, the unique belief in fitness, the brand, everything. Don't just get into it if you're not, we're like, don't open up an AlphaFit and go work out at a CrossFit. Right? Like you gotta eat, sleep, and breathe it. Oh, yeah. And I think that's the best way. But it's also why it's so nice. And I know Sam would vouch for this, like having clients turn franchisee versus, I'm sure they get approached by some guy who, has fucking, 3 Chick-fil-A's and some massage franchise. They each franchise, like they're just franchisors or, franchisees. They franchise and everything. Those guys are great, but those studios only will ever outperform like a client or a franchising studio.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's so different when like I came in with however many classes under my belt, over 100. So it's like I was already indulged in the culture. And it's so much easier to open up, a business when you're indulged in the culture, because like you're pouring the love that you're very familiar with into it, and as opposed to being not knowing, and it's just that strange feeling is what separates you, and that's what made it so much better,
How do you think of, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but how do you think of work-life balance? How do you think of that with your family and how much time you spend here? Like, what is your own, and I don't believe there's a right or wrong answer to this question. I'm just always curious of how people think about that.
Well, what's the naive from beginning? I really wanted more of a better balance. It was very tough at the beginning stages. It's gone better. But yeah, I wish more of a balance, and I need more better.
Is that like more like firm, hey, at these times I'm not here. Like I'm not answering the phone. I'm not on Slack. I'm not doing email. Yeah. So talk to me. So like for you, when you say I want better, what does that look like?
I'm always working.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be sleeping and I'll be dreaming of things I have to do, and I'll wake up all night. I mean, I'm always on the clock. Even like when we first opened, like even if I wasn't here at 5 a.m. or 4:30 a.m., I was awake, just being ready to help our staff, like in case of an emergency. I didn't want to be asleep.
I was having recurring nightmares that my opener didn't show, because that happened I think 4 times in my 10 years. First class, the coach overslept or whatever it was and didn't open up the gym. And that was always like before going to bed. I mean, I'm taking a fucking, I'm taking everything, whatever I can to sleep, because I'd be so fucking stressed that like my opener's not going to do it.
Yeah, that's always so, and that's another reason why I was hesitant about opening another, location like it's too far, because I can't be there. God forbid something like that happens. Like here, I'm half an hour, granted, but like luckily we want to build a local, staff just in case there's emergencies.
Yes. Yeah, you got to find mini Liz.
Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, exactly. That's
I'll
good.
Find a mini Liz.
Yeah, you will find and develop another mini Liz.
Yeah.
And
not as crazy as her, but
But and that's ultimately like the hardest. Like the thing I tell for owning this kind of business is, it's like you're going to change people's lives with the members all day long. It's honestly not that hard. The hardest thing is to change someone's life who is an employee.
Yeah.
When someone comes to you one day crying, like, I, put down a down payment for a house. Thank you for this job. And you're like, holy shit. Like, I was able to buy my fiance an engagement ring. Like, you're like, that is the kind of shit I tell people, like, building a business is not about getting them fit. It's about creating careers. Right? It's the most impactful thing you'll do. Members are going to come and go. So, like, whenever I go to these conferences, right, everyone's, like, waving their dick around, like, oh, we did 1 million. Like, they just want to do the vanity metrics, like the what do you bench of fucking, like, business metrics. All I ever ask is, how long has your longest employee worked for you, and how much do they make? That tells me everything.
We've been blessed, because everyone that's been here today has been to the very beginning. So it's
great.
It's good. I mean, and as a business owner, you want to do everything in your power to make sure that they love working here.
Yep.
And I enjoy like making them feel comfortable and make sure that they're happy. And that's my full intent. Like my goal is to make sure not just members, but our employees, you know, our staff, like I need to do that. Like just because like if they're happy here, I'm happy.
Sure.
If they're miserable, I'm gonna be miserable. You know?
Yeah.
So I pour a lot of love into them. It's just as much as I put into the studio, and that to me is super important.
Well, listen, I'm pumped for you guys. This place turned out beautiful. But the best part of this gig is getting to travel, and it's really because I mean, like, we get a lease done in 25. I can't come see you guys to see the fucking thing till a year out because it takes so long with construction and this. So it's like finally getting here. And then I always want to give them breathing room. So after the grand opening, I'm like, I'm not going to show up right away. Fucking shit's on fire. They're doing everything. They're doing the most. Let me give them some breathing room. But
well, next time you're gonna have more decals.
Yeah, more AFC decals. But the place turned out phenomenal, and I'm super excited for you guys. And thank you for having me down. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Sam.
Awesome.